Well, looks like we are boarding a very familiar train once again, and you know what? I'm on board for the conductor right now, because Eric Voss never jumped off the Mephisto train right till the very last episode of WandaVision. And believe me, he's not the first one to be bringing this back after that image, and especially the personality behavior of Doctor Strange in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. So I was expecting this video, and of course here it is. Spider-Man No Way Home Doctor Strange equals Mephisto. Let's see what Eric Voss is saying now about this. Very curious.
Welcome back to New Rockstars, I'm Eric Voss, and the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer was filled with multiversal intrigue, multi-generational fan service, and... God damn it, what's that doing in there? I was perfectly happy to look past this and move on with my theory within, but most of us are pretty weirded out by Doctor Strange in this trailer. Why does he so quickly agree to help Peter with a spell that threatens the fabric of reality and then admonish the kid when it falls apart from the slightest interference? Based on a number of clues and this film's obvious comic inspiration, many of you are fairly asking, could Doctor Strange be under the influence of, or himself be an illusion cast by, lift in the censors here, Marvel's devil Mephisto?
What I will say is this question came up a lot during the live stream, and I'm just gonna get this out of the way right now. It could be as simple as just the way the trailer is edited when it comes to Doctor Strange's personality. Maybe there is more of a debate to the idea of erasing the existence or the memory that Peter Parker is Spider-Man when Doctor Strange is confronted with this question from Peter Parker. This could just be trailer editing, but you know, let's see what's going on. Let's hear it out some more.
It is the #1 question I keep getting, and as your subservient nerd theorist / explainer, I am going to answer this to the best of my ability, even if it kills me and damns my soul. But before you comment that this is the WandaVision Mephisto train all over again, like I could catch you before you wrote that. I know 90% of you just knee-jerk comment directly on the thumbnail without watching the video. Seriously, why?
Why are you the way that you are?
While I am personally bound to Mephisto in all corners of my life due to a blood curse, I don't want to get into it, I am also perfectly capable of recognizing that Mephisto does not belong in every Marvel title. Even when Loki's first episode included a freaking devil sighting, I shot it down and stuck to my theory guns that it was Kang all along. Thank you, God. I get to keep my job. And Jonathan Majors has never looked sexier. My support of Mephisto in WandaVision came mostly from that series' strong parallels to the West Coast Avenger comics involving Agatha Harkness, memory wiping, and Wanda's children that revealed Mephisto pulling the strings. Now yes, some fans got carried away pointing at everything as #Mephisto confirmed. But at the end of the day, I don't think it was that crazy to look for the devil in the details in a show about witchcraft. But now, going into Spider-Man No Way Home, I did not expect Mephisto to be involved in this at all. Because this movie is packed enough with multiversal magic, Peter angst, and endless cameos to have time for Faustian bargains. But then this damn trailer drags me back into the hellmouth. Because Peter responds to Mysterio and J. Jonah Jameson.
I just gotta say, like, the fun editing on this video so far, it's a lot more quirky than usual. Yeah. There's a lot more comedic bits than ever. So, you know, we don't shout out the editors at New Rockstars enough. Major props to you guys right now, because this is hilarious.
Peter responds to Mysterio and J. Jonah Jameson exposing his identity and ruining his life by asking Doctor Strange to rewind everyone's memories, but then gets second thoughts when it comes to his girlfriend, his best friend, and his aunt.
Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything.
Stop tampering with the spell.
Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really
stop talking.
What just happened?
This sticks pretty close to the plot of One More Day, which
Here
begins with Peter Parker asking Doctor Strange for help to save a dying Aunt May, and then turns to someone later revealed to be Mephisto in disguise. And Peter makes a deal with the devil to warp reality so that Peter's Spider-Man identity is secret once more, but with major consequences to his girlfriend and his best friend. So to think Mephisto could be involved in this movie, it's not that far out of left field. But perhaps the biggest WTF moment from the trailer was the fact that Doctor Strange accepts Peter's request with no hesitation, just a lie to Wong and a wink. This isn't the Doctor Strange that we know, who, when approached for help by Thor and Tony Stark, toyed with them and helped with only the slightest assists that in some cases involved manipulating them into killing themselves.
It also could be different writers for this time around. You know what I mean? Different people wrote Doctor Strange versus the writers of Avengers Infinity War. This is the Spider-Man films in the MCU, which often seem to have a much more light-hearted affair when it comes to such matters. It could just be that for the comedic levity moment of how that's all being handled. Like, I'm seriously thinking that it might just be the execution.
He could do the wink and then Wong leaves and then immediately he's like, no, Peter, go away.
Yeah.
Like I said that to get Wong off my back.
However, no, you're not off at all. Like, yeah, it's like in terms of drawing from the One More Day comic, yeah, it's all here already. So going back to like having Mephisto in here is not far-fetched.
Also weird, Strange here wears the Eye of Agamotto, despite that being destroyed by Thanos in Infinity War, and Strange having
another
no
big question we got a lot
since
of.
the Time Stone was atomized. Now Peter might not know the necklace was destroyed because during that wizard duel between Strange and Thanos, Peter was busy saving the Guardians from floating away. Some are also pointing to Strange's hair, because yeah, in past MCU films, he tends to always have a somewhat messy curl.
And the curl comes back in the trailer.
But here, it seems mostly neat. Also,
Like
he
the
feels
devil.
weird being called Steven, and his sanctum is mysteriously frozen over like the ninth circle of hell, yet he can cast a blazing fire with a snap of his fingers. Also, his mug bears disgusting profanity. Okay, yes, I am reaching with some of these. Really, it's Strange's attitude toward Peter, antagonizing him for expressing typical teenage doubt for a spell Strange should have known better than to expose Peter to.
The problem is you trying to live two different lives.
No, it's not. The problem is you, Stephen Strange, breaking wizard code to win over a dopey nerd.
That's a
And
weird
footage
part,
shows
yeah.
Strange combating Peter in a wizard duel on a speeding train and knocking his astral projection out of his body in an attempt to snatch back this mysterious cube, which I had proposed could be a pocket prison to contain extra-dimensional entities, which Peter himself gets trapped in. The trailer ends with Strange warning in a dark tone,
Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
which again contextualizes all of this as a wish fulfillment plot gone awry, much like One More Day, which again was a Mephisto operation. Now, I think it is reasonable for fans to suspect some deception here, and not just because of that devil in disguise poster. I mean, have you been to any protests? People put devil horns on everybody. But really, because all of these
sure.
MCU Spider-Man
Hitler
movies have
mustaches.
been about, to some extent, deception. Tony Stark fooled Peter by making him think he was in that Iron Man suit just to reveal it was empty and remote piloted, and then
Deception, the whole
later,
theme.
by actually showing up in it. Peter's totally caught off guard when his homecoming date's dad is the criminal he had been chasing, leading to the two of them trying to out-deceive each other. And then at the end of the movie, Tony again deceives Peter by making him think there was no press conference, when on the other side of that door, there totally was. And then Far From Home is of course an even bigger deception game on Peter Parker, with Mysterio gaslighting him again and again, even stalking him since the beginning of that movie. And even Peter's allies
And
were
the
actually
Skrulls, yeah.
shape-shifting aliens in disguise.
This just only adds more to the argument that maybe we gotta get rid of some of this whole mentor theme for Peter Parker, because he clearly sucks at picking mentors.
All he does is get deceived by all of them in some way, shape, or form. Mephisto's perfect.
Tony Stark did not
ultimate
suck
mentor.
before all those comments come in. He did not suck. They do lie left and right to this guy.
Yes, that's how they shape him, is through deception.
See, folks, we have been primed to trust no one who offers to help Peter in these movies. So back to the question, is Doctor Strange Mephisto? I will say, hopefully not. Because not every liar in the MCU is Mephisto, people. Strange is known for quirky self-contradictions and rule breaking. While there are definitely some elements of One More Day in No Way Home, I could see this simply as a doctor seeing a patient in need of wizard surgery. His admonishment of Peter, Strange's ego projecting his mistakes on others. I just think Strange is a more interesting character if he's not Mephisto. But if Doctor Strange in this movie looks in a mirror and sees Mephisto staring back at him while I will be obligated by blood curse to stand and applaud, I think most audiences would be a bit thrown by a mirror in a Spider-Man movie haunted by anyone other than a loose Norman Osborn
I was
ghost.
gonna say, they need to mirror that moment just with Doctor Strange talking to himself in the mirror and revealing his true identity as
Yeah.
Mephisto. It's perfect.
I do think, though, it would undercut the story a little bit. I like the idea of all this chaos goes wrong, and it suddenly make the movie about something else much crazier and much bigger. Already there's the fear that this might be over super convoluted due to how much is going on in this movie already. As great as it looks and as excited as I am for it, there is that trepidation that maybe it is a little too much. I just feel like it would just completely warp a lot of the viewing experience and overall context. Maybe not fully warp it, but add a certain type of slant to it where it's suddenly about that.
Yeah.
And also, you know, like for people who don't know who like Kang is or He Who Remains, that was a thing when they watched Loki, where a lot of people I know who don't follow any of this stuff were like, yeah, I don't know who that was. I have no idea anything of what was going on at the end of that.
To do that here with Mephisto while you already have so many other things jammed into this movie, it would be a weird platform. Like, I still feel like these details, to me, seem like they're certainly leading to an eventual Mephisto presence. It seems like they're having too much fun teasing, but yeah, I feel like for this movie's purposes, maybe it could be revealed in a future installment that he was pulling the strings here, but I wouldn't expect the actual reveal to be that unless it's like the punch at the very, very, very end or a sting or something.
Yeah, it's like we were slowly transitioning into doing multiverse stuff, and now we're going to be using multiverse to slowly transition into supernatural horror stuff too. Yeah. So yeah, I think Mephisto is definitely coming, but I wouldn't fully commit 100% right now that it's in this movie.
If this whole movie were to be revealed as part of an ongoing illusion by Mysterio, plausible, I guess, but it's gonna take a lot for that to not feel a bit disappointing, right? However, I do believe it's not only possible, but likely that Strange's actions could be motivated by supernatural forces like Mephisto. Full-blown demonic possession? Maybe, maybe not. But Strange has always been more aware of the dark entities lurking beyond this reality than he has let on. As Mordo warned, the bill comes due. And for Strange, I think the cost of his mastery of the mystic arts is a mind vulnerable to parasitic forces from beyond. When Doctor Strange looked ahead at the 14,605 future outcomes, he emerged from that trance shaken with fear. And fear leads people to do irrational things. And I don't think it's crazy at all to believe that one of the things he saw was a demon that he now, as I do, sees in every shadow, manifesting as every dark thought, leading Strange to use a kid's wish to bend reality to preemptively imprison every multiversal evil in his weird little Ghostbusters trap. And the way that WandaVision's post-credit scene left us with the Scarlet Witch opening cosmic floodgates from Marvel's Book of the Damned, I could see a post-credit scene to Spider-Man No Way Home setting up Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, with the implication that Strange's actions with Peter Parker were done in the service of or the prevention against that.
That I completely agree. Obviously, there's going to be a post-credit scene because that's how Marvel works. They often have a mid-credits that usually teases the sequel or the next installment, some type of setup for Spider-Man, and then the post-credit will probably tease like the next movie or something like that. That's not directly Spider-Man. But I think if like the ending of this movie was Mephisto, suddenly it's like the conversation becomes about Doctor Strange and not so much about Spider-Man at that point. When I really am I just want this to be about Spider-Man.
Yeah, if you get your Mephisto, you probably want that to be an introduction in Multiverse of Madness, and this would make for the perfect springboard into that, obviously, by having Strange here to be such a big part of it.
So if Mephisto is not in Spider-Man No Way Home, definitely keep an eye out for him in Multiverse of Madness. And in my case, every time I close my eyes to blink. Oh God, oh God. Oh God. Support New Rockstars by checking out our merch options, including our new Marvel What If limited edition shirt at newrockstarsmerch.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EAVoss. Follow and subscribe to New Rockstars. Thanks for watching. And again, for everyone who comments reacting to the thumbnail without watching the video.
Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Great clip to pull for that. Yep, appreciate you saying all that, bud. All right, guys, well, subscribe to New Rockstars if you haven't done so already. You can subscribe to us. Anyone who's remotely covered Spider-Man No Way Home is gonna keep on covering Spider-Man. So many people, especially us, were already covering Spider-Man No Way Home before the trailer came out. That annoyed people, but majority enjoyed it and kept watching anyway. So you best bet we're still going to be covering this because, yeah, easily right now I'm just counting down the days to December 17th. Guys, subscribe, click that bell, hit that like button. We'll catch you guys soon.